Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about something very important. Simply because though in most cases, we can draw a straight line from the evil that narcissists do in their homes, to their spouses and their children, all the way up to societal narcissism, meaning those that dictate the pace of how society is supposed to go, and what directions those that are the societal narcissists want people to behave and move in. And I think this is the reason why some, not all, but some channels in this space of narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and recovery aren't permitted to grow. One really good narcissistic abuse channel, who started to move up the ranks rather fast, found that they started to stall at 100,000 subscribers. And he even realized it's because he was talking in such a way that doesn't just paint narcissism as this generic thing when someone treats others badly, but what he does is talks about it in such a way where you can sit back and think about what narcissism really is, and the sick underbelly of what makes narcissism tick. And when you start to get that, you start to understand not only the house that many of us grew up in, but you start to understand the system of narcissism that is around all of us. Now we did just talk about in previous videos about being so paranoid. We might not let someone that means us well into our lives, simply because maybe someone's random act of kindness, we might see it as love bombing, when it's just them being kind. Because most empathic people love to be kind. Not because we are expecting something back, but because it's just who they are. But when you've been love bombed before, it can be difficult to be able to accept a gift, or a hug, or attention from someone. But like what many subscribers pointed out, it's consistency. If someone greets you with warmth and love for a year, every day you are around them. But today, they are out of character. They are mean and sarcastic. They put you down for no reason at all. They make you feel like that you owe them for all of their so-called random acts of kindness to you for the last year or so. Well, there is a pretty darn good chance you are dealing with a narcissist. And if they aren't a narcissist, they likely still have some sort of other problem that is above all of our pay grades. And it's not up to us to figure out what their problem is. But if someone treats you with love today and that never changes even as years go on, there is a very good chance you have the real deal. Now there are no guarantees, but your chances are pretty darn good. They are really treating you well because they do indeed like and or love you. But going back to the paranoid about narcissism thing, I do not think it's paranoid at all to say or believe we live in a system of narcissism. I just think that is being realistic. And I think the reason why the censorship of narcissism happens is the same reason why most of the censorship happens. Because they, whoever they happen to be, they don't want the average person to be able to clear out all of the fog and to be able to see clearly what is really happening. You see, many of us that grew up with a narcissist parent that ran the smear campaign on us, we know how it works. In this case, the narcissist parent makes sure you have no or limited access to share information with this person they are turning against you. They isolate the flow of information, so they are only hearing and listening to the narcissist's narrative. My own mother built up so much hate in my brother towards myself, that in order to try to talk with my brother, I had to pass along a message to my mother. With my mother's so-called words, she was going to talk to him about what I had said, when the truth was, she likely went back to my brother and pumped his head full of all kinds of lies about me, and saying I said and did things against him that I didn't say or do. And with family friends and other family members, my mother knew that my actual time in front of these people was extremely limited. But she had extra time with them that wasn't limited at all. Which meant she controlled the flow of information, and she controlled the narrative. Why is this important? What I think people need to start at least thinking about is, who is censoring people on a massive scale and why are they doing it? If our narcissists' parents were doing so, simply because they wanted to have us be seen as something or someone that we weren't and aren't, why would the censorship by the societal narcissists be any different? And actually is even worse. Simply because by the way of censorship it gives those that are censoring to write the narrative or a narcissistic movie script that narcissists love to write, of how they want things to be and how they want things to go. There are subscribers here that have said they appreciate my work in this field, and they see and understand that something happened where my channel stalled and has been held back. Why? Well, like many people have said, it's likely because it gives people the ability to think. And I think that is a huge problem for the societal narcissists. Simply because if you can see narcissism, I mean really see it, not just that it's bad people that do bad things, but you see the shadowy inside of what narcissism really is, you will be able to easily see the same patterns that persists in our day-to-day world. And if you can see it, and others can see, the societal narcissists will start to lose their power. Because once you see what is going on with the narcissists that were in your life, when you left that narcissist behind, let's say it was a narcissist family you belonged to, please know, those narcissists eventually turned on each other. All because you were no longer around to scapegoat and blame and shame and all of that. Societal narcissists are the same. They are so much the same. But if things get to a place where people say, wait a minute, you all have been gaslighting everyone with this BS, and you are projecting like it's no one's business, because the same things you are saying over here about this person or those people, you aren't just doing yourself, you are overtly doing, expecting to gaslight people into acting like it never happened. Narcissists do not want you to tell your story, and most importantly for others to not only believe it, but to understand it, because once you understand it, then you will start to see it in many other areas of life. And when you see so many really good channels about narcissism that have been held back and prevented from going to the next level, that should speak volumes. And then you look at other types of content, and they have been held back in the same way. And that should make you pause for a moment and ask yourself, why are they censoring these people again? What's happening? Why is this happening? And 9 times out of 10, the main reason why they are censoring is simply those that want to keep their control, create, and craft a narrative they want you to believe about whatever BS they are trying to push today on you and me. It's that simple. They have a way of life they want everyone to follow. And if there is something out there that will get people to think for themselves, and it might make them think in a way that doesn't support the narcissist's agenda, they will get censored. And this goes all the way up to the top of society. We live in an age of censorship. And there are some people that go right along with it, simply because they don't like this person or they don't like that person, and think, hey, it's okay because it accomplishes the goal of squashing these people they don't like, or people that the societal narcissists have conditioned you to not like. And again, I would be super careful of overtly and harshly making such choices about people. People that the narcissistic system works day and night, conditioning you and everyone else to think and feel a certain way about this person or these people. Much like our narcissists' parents worked day and night to condition everyone they could to hate both you and me. And if you take a step back and look at things for what they are, you will start to see the patterns. The patterns of narcissism. The patterns of narcissistic abuse. And the patterns of narcissistic censorship. Something to think about. Well, I think this is a great place to stop. I do thank you all for your support. I really do appreciate you a lot. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.